Hi guys, today I'm going to share with you my 5 self-care hacks that every mom should know for instant stress relief. And don't we all need that every day? These tips can be done whether you have infants, toddlers, big kids, or any combination. Stick around to the end for my mega tip. And if you find these tips helpful, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. My first tip for you is audiobooks. So for me, I found the most benefit from fiction books, specifically young adult fantasy, because this life hack is all about going to another place, letting your mind leave your body. So when can you do this? The best time to do this is when your hands are busy doing busy work, laundry, dishes, cooking, and you can just pop in your headphones, listen to an audiobook, and go to another world. Now you can do this with nonfiction too, but the best benefit I found is through specifically young adult fantasy books, and for me, my favorite subgenre is fairy tale retellings. My favorite authors are Melanie Sellier and Deborah Grace White, so if you want to get started, that's a little tip for you. And don't forget to download the Goodreads app. This is for anything, fiction, nonfiction, whatever. You can always track when you read what books and what authors you like, and then you can also see other genres similar to the ones that you already love and authors similar to those that you already love as well. A bonus tip is this is a free hobby because there are apps like Hoopla and Libby that are library apps. So you can just rent whatever audiobooks you're interested in on those apps, and you basically have an unlimited amount of things you can listen to. Of course, there are also paid subscriptions like Audible that you can find as well. Number 2, audio journaling. So of course, all journaling is so helpful for our mental state, but I found audio journaling can be helpful when you only have a little bit of time. And also, if you can just audio journal on your phone, it's always with you. So the only caveat to this hack is, can you speak out loud without people staring at you or without your kids thinking that you're going crazy talking to yourself? So when can you do this? Some of the best times are in the car, especially if you just dropped off your older child and you have an infant in the back seat. They're not going to care that you're talking to yourself. So that's a great time that you can just journal so that you can process what's going on in your life. So you can just vent sometimes so that you can try to come up with a decision that you're trying to make. These are really useful times to go through in your mind what is happening in my life and how can I think deeply to really figure out who am I, what am I here for, what am I doing, and kind of feel embodied. Feel like your brain is physical in the speaking. Something about the speaking act helps you to feel like, yes, this is what I'm thinking. This is who I am. This is how I really feel. And I love writing. I love writing with a pen and I love typing. And I also feel embodied doing those 2 forms of journaling. But I think there's something really special about the spoken word. Yeah, so try that out as well. Audio journaling. Bonus tip for this, you can use our free lifestyle design GPT for journaling. It's like a guided journal that will take you through each area of your life so you can think deeply through each of those areas and also kind of create what your ideal life would be. You can do this both speaking or typing, so either way works. You can go to J&Kay.com to sign up for that free GPT. Self-care hack number 3, change your environment. So specifically, get outside in nature if you can, but even just changing rooms can help so much, especially if you're in a messy or cluttered room. It can just make your brain go crazy. That visual to-do list of, oh no, I have to clean it before I can relax. Okay, just change your environment, change your state. And outside in nature is so healing to our soul. So listen to the birds sing, watch the breeze blow through the trees, and take a deep, calming breath of fresh air. Bonus tip, do this with a cup of tea while you're saying a positive affirmation to yourself. When can you do this? Well, when the weather permits, but storms are super cool too. So be creative with that. Also, whenever you have a free minute, you can always just take a minute to change from the couch to the other side of the room, standing up, looking out the window. You can always change your environment. See what you can do to change your mental state by changing your physical state. Number 4, and this might be the most surprising, cozy video games. So I love Disney Dreamlight Valley. It is a cozy video game. It's like a lifestyle sim, like a farming game kind of thing, but it is so much more. And this is not an advertisement for that game, but it's just something we don't always think about. Often we like reach for our phone and scroll through social media or some little thing that kind of like works up our brain, or we sit down and watch TV, which has been shown to like not really actually help you relax in a good way. But when you're playing a game, the problem-solving parts of your brain are engaged, but a cozy video game is so low stress and just fun, and it helps you turn everything else off. In Dreamlight Valley, you can just go plant some flowers with Minnie, or reorganize your home with Daisy, or come up with a new recipe. And there's also quests that you can go on, and like collection items. You can try to collect specific Disney paraphernalia. It's a really cool game. Check it out if you haven't. If that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend it. But there are lots of other cozy video games too. You might like something that's a little lower. It's like Dreamlight Valley is a huge world, huge open world video game, and they could just keep expanding it. It's amazing. But you might like something a little lower key, and that's fine too. But if you can just, take some time away from all of the stuff and the drama that can be on social media, and instead like engage your brain in some kind of like strategy and like low-key problem solving, right? Like so many of the problem solving things that moms have to do every day are just like stressful. And sometimes you need like unstressful problem solving that's like simplistic and yet challenging. It's just, check it out and you'll see what I mean. So Dreamlight Valley is available on Apple Arcade. I play it on the Steam Deck. It's available on PC and on a bunch of other gaming platforms. So if your kids have gaming stuff, then you can probably use that to get Dreamlight Valley. And that's a bonus tip too. I play this with my daughter. She has her own account on her iPad. I use the Steam Deck. And even though we're playing two separate games, we have our own accounts and our own worlds. We play side by side, and it's a bonding time where we can say, oh, I got this and you didn't get this yet. Okay, well, here's how you can get it. And so you can do this with your kids, and yet it's still self-care. Or you can do it after they go to bed, and that's also still self-care. So when can you do this? You can do this with your kids. You can do it when they're asleep. You can do it when the baby's napping. Yes, the dishes can wait, and you can have a little fun for yourself. That's totally fine. My final tip, the mega tip, is called Starbucks time. Now this is really me time with a twist. It's actually ask. Ask for me time, even if it's like 5 minutes of me time. So there's multiple ways of doing this, and I'm gonna explain why it's called Starbucks time. So before my husband and I had kids, we used to love to go to coffee shops to read, write, journal, do a little research on our projects. It was alone time without being alone, in a public place, but without distractions. We wouldn't take phone calls or answer texts or do any of that busy work. So that's what Starbucks time has come to mean to us, even now that we have kids. It's distracting to do those things with the kids around. So one of us or a babysitter would need to have the kids, and we need to be alone in a distraction-free environment. We're not scrolling Facebook. We are not answering texts. We're just taking me time. And this is really essential for every human. We all need alone time. So my husband and I now have Starbucks time planned on the calendar, but we can also ask for Starbucks time. So every morning from 6 to 7 a.m., my husband takes Starbucks time while I'm still with the kids as they're waking up and stuff like that. And then from 7 to 8, he takes over, gets the kids ready for the day, feeds them breakfast while I am taking my Starbucks time. So that's our alone time, journal time, spiritual practice kind of stuff. But also, whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, my husband says, you just need to ask, just ask. So even if it's like during dinner and I'm like, hey, I need a 15-minute break. I just go in the bedroom, relax, read a book, do some journaling, like just be in my own space while he takes the kids and monitors dinner or whatever's going on. That's Starbucks time. And it's really important that you value yourself enough to know that you can ask. Whether it's your significant other or your mother-in-law or your neighbor or hiring a babysitter, I think it's very important to have both scheduled and the opportunity for spontaneous Starbucks time if you need it. And that might mean planning for Starbucks time in an hour, but it might not be like I can take it right this second. But if you need a break, make sure you ask for a break. There will be a way to get what you need. Bonus tip for this one, you can do all of the other tips in this video during your Starbucks time. You could play a cozy video game, you could take a walk out in nature, you can audio journal, or you can listen to an audiobook. So that's why Starbucks time is my mega tip. It is the secret sauce for feeling like you're still an individual in the midst of having a family and being a mom. Now remember, you can also use our lifestyle design GPT in your Starbucks time too. That guided journaling time can help give you so much clarity on who you are, what you're here for, and how to design your life in the way that's ideal and unique to you. This is free, and you can find it at jandkay.com or in the link in the description. And for a real life example of how to use this GPT, you can check out the video that I did on time management and optimizing my sleep. The video is called How to Create Your Dream Life Using AI Live Demo. So be sure to check that out as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.